My friends say, get out of your comfort zone, it's a blessing in disguise. Get out of what you call home, your name is written in the sky. It might feel just like you're on your own, but baby, it's another lie. Remember
channel, Untroubled Life. It's all about living through life, about mental health, etc., etc., and whatever else I choose to post about. You know, it's up to me. It's my channel, right? But anyway, right now I'm working on my blog as well. So the first, what are they called? Oh yes, the first blog. I was going to say article. It's not an article. The first blog that I'm going to write about address the stress, the 7 lessons that I learned when I was stressed the F out. Because last year, towards the end of last year and the beginning of this year, I just thought I'm not going to make it. I was so stressed out, but I didn't really know why. I was stressed like in my body, where I woke up anxious. I went to sleep anxious. I was always worrying. So I don't know if I was stressed because I was anxious or if I was anxious because I was stressed, you know. And so I just thought, I can't live like this, where you know, when you wake up in the morning and you just feel like, not that you don't want to live, but you're just like, another day in this world, this somewhat effed up world, you know. So it's not like I wanted to not live, like I said. It was just that living wasn't all that. It was just, but only because of my mental health, because you can always be happy whether you have or you don't have, whatever. It's all about mental health. It's not about, you know, possessions, this, that. So anyway, so the first thing that I learned, because I had to sit down and say, I need to have a conversation with myself, because clearly my body is reacting to something, you know. There was trauma stored in my body, so I had to have all these conversations, uncomfortable conversations that I was trying to avoid. And the lesson number 7, I'm going to go in descending order, is the first thing that I learned was that there's no such thing as forgiving and forgetting. Because, I mean, this is not Men in Black, where somebody can come and just zap your memory, or like, I don't know if anybody watched Eternal Sunshine. Eternal Sun, you know, if you know the film, you know what I'm talking about, with Jim Carrey, Eternal, yeah, where his memory kept on getting erased to erase whatever trauma or sadness he went through. So there's no such thing as, you know, I hope I'm making sense. It's morning. It's morning. So, because I try to forgive and forget, but every time I remembered the things that happened to me, it was as if it was happening again. So I would get just as sad, just as angry, just as frustrated as if it was still happening in the moment. So clearly I could not forget. And so I realized that it's not about forgiving and forgetting. It's about forgiving and remembering without the pain. Like now, when I think about the things that used to make me really angry and upset and sad and make me feel like a victim, now I just remember them and I'm like, oh yeah, that happened to me. Oh yeah, that happened to me. Whereas before it'd be like, that happened to me. Poor me. Why me, Lord? What did I do? So now I just remember, because especially with my ex, where every time I remembered what he did to me, I'd get so upset, so angry, you know. And I just had told myself that I am never going to talk to that man for the rest of my life. That was the solution to the problem, because clearly we could not communicate. I loathed him. I don't want to say hate, but I loathed him. And that cannot be healthy. Those kind of emotions cannot be healthy at all. Because I said, we have children together, you know, I started imagining that they're going to be weddings. The children are going to get married. There's going to be graduation. Our son is graduating this year from university. And I had just told myself that it's fine. We don't even have to talk at the graduation. We never have to speak again. Never. You know, I was like, never, ever again. And when people were like, oh, you guys need to talk, I mean, the children, oh, forget about the children. I am not talking to that black man for the rest of my life. And so, like I said, that solution to the problem was affecting me mentally and I wasn't aware. So I had to work on myself when it came to that, where the beginning of the year, with the situation with him, I just said to myself, you know what, forget it. I don't care anymore about what he did. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to carry this weight for the rest of my life. So I just forgave him on the spot. And some way, somehow, when I started remembering whatever, the traumatic experiences, I didn't care. I was like, oh yeah, that happened. Who cares? And even though I'm saying this, I'm sure that I've put him through stuff as well. But I'm just talking about my side. But I'm not perfect. I'm sure I'm a villain in his mind, where he's just like, oh, that buzzing bee. So that's what you have to learn, to forgive, but remember with no pain or stress or anger or sadness associated with whatever it is that you're forgiving. A person, it could be a person, it could be a company, it could be just the world in general, because some people feel as if the world is against them, and then they just think about maybe whatever happened in their childhood, adult life, I don't know. And then every time they think about those bad memories, they relive them, like I said earlier, as if it's happening for the first time, because you feel it. And it sometimes even gets worse, you know, how you feel. So yeah, forgive and remember without the pain. Don't ask me the exact steps of how I got to remembering without the pain, but I really don't care. I was just like, you know what, I'm not carrying this weight anymore, forget it. So, but then when I write, it's going to be like much more I can't even say the word. Polished. It's easier for me to say polished. You know what, I forgot my mouse and I can't navigate with the tab. I always find it annoying. Oh yeah, lesson number 6 was be non-judgmental. It's none of my effing business. / it's none of my effing business. Because I was the kind of person, especially having been a devout Christian, where I used to like judge women who, you know, like those Instagram models with the butts and everything, and it would just stress me out, like, what are they doing to the children? They're ruining the children's lives, you know. And let me see, yeah, Kim Kardashian used to stress me out, like, how can she have made so much money from just sin? That's sin, a woman. Oh yes, stressed by strippers making money. That was me being judgmental. And you know, like people in polyamorous relationships, people who live together and they weren't married, it was just me. Like, I don't know what you guys are doing, but being judgmental can really stresses you out. Not well, both parties get stressed out. The person that's being judged gets stressed out, and some people don't care, like me right now, I don't care about anything. And then the person who's judging is also stressed, you know, because those thoughts are like, they're not necessarily positive thoughts. What else stressed me out? Which is the way. Yeah, black women walking around in bonnets. Are they bonnets or bonnets? I don't even know. It just stressed me out. Or even my daughter's sense of fashion, both of them, used to stress me out because they don't want to wear dresses, and I wanted them to be, you know, like all girly and everything, but no, they just want to be in jeans. Somebody sent me a message. Oh, it's not me. It's not for me. they just wanted to be in jeans all the time or leggings. So it used to stress me out. And then my daughter Talia has this jacket that I, every time she wears, and I'm just like, please. And she's like, no, but I love it. You know, so sometimes we get stressed out by the decisions that people decide to make for their own lives. And now I'm just like, you know what, do what you want to do. Wear that jacket with the, oof, if you saw the jacket, I think you guys would be on my side. But now I just keep quiet. But that still stresses me out sometimes when I see that jacket, her in that jacket. She even brought it for this weekend, but I was like, you know what, it's okay. It's fine, they're tomboys. And or even with the LGBTQ, ABCDEF community, they used to stress me out. Like I said, I was a judgmental Christian. They used to stress me out. What are you doing to the children? You people are going straight to hell, you know. I need to save you from hell. We need to save you from hell. And so that used to stress me out. But now I'm just like, you know what, do what you want to do. It's none of my business at all, you know. They feel the way they do because that's just who they are. So what are they supposed to do? Change themselves to make me feel better or to accept them? No, do what you want to do. And now I really like, before I'd be scared that maybe one day one of my children will come and say that they're, you know, part of that community, you know, gay, lesbian, whatever. But now I'm just like, it's their lives. So don't stress out about, the decisions that people made for their lives. It's none of your effing business. It's none of my business. So I'm just not judgmental, like, at all. I'm not a judge. I'm not sitting in court sentencing people to whatever. I'm not getting paid for it. Let the judges be those who are sentencing, I don't know, the rapists, murderers, parking ticket people, I don't know, traffic. They're getting paid for that. I'm not getting paid, so I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to stress myself out. Let's see. Okay, lesson 5. I learned not to compare myself to others. Do not compare yourself to others. Because I remember at the beginning of the year, since everybody's like, oh, new year, new me. Hey, what are your plans? You know, what are you going to do with your life? Don't you have ambition? And it did stress me out because I had one particular friend who kept on asking me, so what are you doing with your life? What did you do today? What is going on? And oh yes, and then they would say, have you seen what your other friends are doing? How everybody else is so successful doing this and that, you know? And because we can compare ourselves to our immediate friends, the people that we know, or even like people on TV, and then we can get stressed out that we're nowhere near being like them. Because, I remember that when I was just living my life in London, I'm still living my life in London, I was just in this bubble. So I had peace. I was just in this bubble, didn't bother anyone, you know, just in my own world. And then a friend of mine came to London, and listen, she was out. She was like, oh, let's go out. And then she'd order like a bottle of wine for £900. You know, it was just, oh, let's do this. Let's go to Harrods. Let's, you know. And I was like, damn. And then I started comparing myself to her. And I even told her, I said to her, I'm actually depressed after hanging out with you. I've just been living, not knowing what anybody else is doing, not caring. And then when I saw it, like live in my face, it stressed me out. And then, so with that, I just realized I shouldn't compare myself to people. I know that I'm not willing to do what she does because she really works hard. You know, she really works hard to have what she has. Am I willing to work that hard? Not necessarily. You know, I'm just fine with my own life. And it doesn't mean that I don't have ambition, but I'm not gonna stress myself while achieving certain things. It's like, yeah, I'll work, I'll do this and this and that. I have my dreams, and yeah, I don't want to be a part of the rat race. I don't want to be a part of the rat race. I want to be in the slow lane. I don't want to be in the fast lane. So it's just about me living at my own pace, because I know that, let's say I was just one of those people, those hustlers. I'm out there hustling and doing whatever. It would stress me out. So why would I do something so that I can achieve things just to impress people? Because deep down, I don't care. I mean, the great things. It's good to have money. It's good to, you know, be whatever, successful as it is in the eyes of the world, but they're different kind of successes. And so I had to define it for myself. I had to decide how I wanted to live, and I'm all about slow living. You know, I'm not waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning or 4 a.m. routine. No. I'm not doing that. That's not for me. You know, I mean, I've tried it. I've watched videos where like, my morning routine, 4 a.m. What I do at first, I jot down whatever what I'm going to do for the day, and then yoga, and then this and that. And I tried it, and I realized it's not for me. And it's not that I don't plan my day, or I don't well, okay, I haven't done my Pilates in a while, or yoga. But yeah, I like doing those things. I like writing, I like reading, but I'm not going to do it at 4 o'clock in the morning. That I'm not going to do. I'm not even going to do it at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to do it when I want to do it, because that's how I've set up my life. I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I'm actually looking for a part-time job to get extra income, or work from home. Yeah, but I'm not going to do a 9 to 5. It's not for me. It's not for me. A 9 to 5 is not for me. I'm just looking for a part-time job. And that's that. And that's just me. And that's how I want to be. So I just had to define, you know, I just had to just stop comparing myself. So you know who you are, where you stressed me out when you were here. But is it their fault that they're successful? So what, they shouldn't be successful so that I'm comfortable? No, let people be successful. Do you live your life, okay? Okay, lesson number 4. Yeah, lesson number 4 is more like, let me see, what was there? I feel like it's more like 7 and 6. And if you're wondering what was 7 and 6, you just have to read the blog when it comes out, or rewatch this. Oh, lesson number 4 actually is what started the whole thing, where I was I felt stressed because because like I said, it was in my body. I woke up worried, went to sleep worried, was anxious all the time. You know, I would actually zone out and watch Netflix because I couldn't face myself or my life, and I just was upset waking up because I knew I would just wake up with the anxiety in the morning. At least when I was sleeping, you know, you're just dreaming. You're not emotional or whatever, but then at the same time I had insomnia, so I was just not winning with my mental health. I was not winning. But what was my point? Oh yes, the first thing, I addressed a very little thing that I realized was stressing me out, and I didn't know it was stressing me out. I was probably pretending that it wasn't. It was my dating life, my Bumble life or whatever. But I'll do a whole video about my Bumble dating life. Like, I've recommended Bumble before, and I still recommend it. But so yeah, in the beginning with Bumble, I mean, I was just going on dates, not calling anyone back, taking a week to respond to messages, ghosting. I mean, I was just, you know, until I liked these 2 guys. And They would respond when they wanted to. They were basically doing what I was doing, and then I didn't like it, So I was wondering, because I kept on thinking, I wonder if we're meant to be this and this and that. Should I be more patient, etc., etc.? And then I realized, no. If I'm being this stressed out by these guys in the very beginning, then I should just let it go. Why am I even thinking? Why am I even contemplating about all this? No, just let it go. So one, I just decided to, in my mind, just to friend zone. Like, okay, I'm not going to think about, is there a future, is no future. As a woman, you know when you're being pursued. You know when somebody's really into you. So I just thought, nah, why am I even trying to stress myself out, probably lying to myself? No. Friend zone one, and then I just ghosted the other one. Yeah, when he started calling and sending messages again, I just didn't bother responding. So with the other one, I enjoyed talking to him more, and he was finer than the finest. Ooh, fine. Yeah. But with him, I just said, you know what? We can just be friends. And I was fine with it. And then all that stress just left. And I think that after that, that's when I started saying, okay, let me address all the stress. Let me start thinking what's really stressing me out, what's going on in my body and everything. So yeah, just let it go. So I'll say to people who are in relationships, or they're not even in relationships, they're just dating, and then they're questioning all these things, I sometimes just let it go. Don't ask. You don't need closure. You don't need anything. Because always some people stress themselves out and they say, but I need closure. No. The silence is the closure. The person not talking to you is the closure. The person even just saying, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. That's the closure. I mean, what else do you want them to say? Huh? What else are they supposed to say to you? They don't have to say anything in the first place. Let them go. So just let it go. Just say F it. It doesn't matter. Oh yeah, and even with whole just let it go, everything's not just about her dating life. But I remember one time I had to catch the train, because the train only comes every 30 minutes. I like the tube that comes all the time. So I was literally running through the station, stressed out to get the train. And then I said to myself, no, forget it. I'm not going to stress myself out, almost have a heart attack trying to get the train. I'll just chill, walk around, look at books and magazines, and get the next one. It just wasn't worth it. And I think sometimes, let's say people are stressed out in traffic, look, it's not going to move any faster. Just let it go. Keep sending messages. Okay. Yeah, because there's this ad where the father's in the car and the kids at the back, and then he's stressing through traffic because he wants to get them to a karate class on time, driving fast, going through lights, and it's like, it's not that serious. It's just a karate class. Even let's say for a meeting or for school, if you're genuinely late and it's out of, your control, let it go. Not, no. Don't stress us out because you're late. And also being late, sometimes it's just about, unless you're a surgeon and you have to go and perform heart operation or whatever it is, and you really have to be there because the person might die, I don't think that anyone should, really stress out about that kind of stuff. And not saying that people shouldn't be on time, but if it so happened that your day's going where nothing is going your way, you're not in control of it. So the things that are out of your control are out of your control, and that's just that. So that's what I've learned. Yeah, that some things are totally out of my control, and that's fine. I'm not going to try and control certain things. Yes, and then lesson number 3, seeking professional help. Because I swear, when I decided that I'm going to get right in my mind, it was just about me working on myself, me and seeking outside help as well. Like I said, we're going to get it together. I have a month. I gave myself January to get myself together. So I wasn't doing anything but that. So I sought professional help. I was seeing a therapist, but the therapist I started seeing from, I think, November, December, around there. And at first, because I thought with a therapist, it's like you go in the first session and it's like a magic pill somehow that, you know, I'm gonna go in and they're just gonna sort you out immediately and tell you the right things and just get you right. So when we started, she asked me, what do you want to talk about? And I said, haven't you read my file? What do you mean, what do I want to talk about? I was expecting to go in and then they would say, okay, fine, I can see that these are the areas of your life that, you know, that are making you feel the way you're feeling, making you depressed. I don't know if I was depressed. I was just stressed. I wasn't necessarily depressed. I was just stressed and anxious, not necessarily depressed. So when she said, what do you want to talk about? I just thought, oh, geez. I just wanted her to have read my file, because I had a pre-session, and then after that they recommended the therapist. They had to get me to the right one, and so I'm gonna sit there and talk, and you're just gonna listen. I wanted them to talk, you know, and sort me out. So after the first session, I just thought, oh, jeez. I'm going to be stressed for the rest of my life, because even therapy is not working, you know. So I was, I almost gave it up because I just didn't see it going anywhere. Even by the second session, I was still like, I think for the second session, I actually didn't make it. I think so, because I was like, and then by the third one, things started changing, you know. I started opening up more, and the great thing about therapists or counselors is that they don't know you, so they're not going to judge you. So you can talk about the things that you might be embarrassed to talk about with the people that know you, or the feelings and emotions that you have. So I was able to open up, you know, and I realized that some of the things that happen in your childhood can affect you later unknowingly, because before I just thought, all this, tell me about your childhood stuff was a waste of time. And then they would ask like questions such as, well, whatever question, or like the first time you felt like a failure. Oh yes, because of the comparisons, I felt like a failure. So the first session was like, I just feel like a failure. You know, everybody else is successful and I'm just a failure. You know, so it was like, oh, tell me about the first time. And then I remembered was when, auditioned for the choir in primary school, and I was the only person that got rejected. I mean, my voice is that bad. I was a child, you know, 3-4 years, not 3-4 years old, but year 3 or 4, can't even remember, or 5, somewhere around there. And I remember I went to the toilets and I was crying in there. And then my best friend, Dr. B now, she's Dr. B now, came in, found me crying. I don't even know if she remembers this. And the fact that she had said, that she made it while I was crying, I thought, okay, what might make me feel better is that she got rejected as well. No, she got it. She got it. And so that made it even worse. I felt like a failure. I was comparing myself. So even that can start from childhood. So I sought professional help. By the 6th session, I was walking on sunshine. I was feeling myself. So I recommend therapy. Before, especially as a Christian, it was like, no, just Jesus. Jesus can fix it all. You know, and then you're just there. It's like, where are you, Jesus? I mean, I tried, you know, fix it. Huh? Yeah, 2, 3, 4. I've been saying fix it, Jesus, and it has been fixed. So with this particular whatever it is I was going through, I needed therapy. It wasn't one of those Jesus can fix it things. I needed therapy. And I also, let me see. Yeah, with part of the professional help, because with the therapist, I thought the therapist would recommend like antidepressants or anti-anxiety medication, but she didn't. And I thought, what? Because in fact, yes, that was the whole reason in the first place I sought therapy. I thought that, okay, she'll fix my mind, and then by the end of the session, she'll see that I'm so broken down, almost finished, almost over the edge. I swear, I had like 1 foot. I was like this teetering in life. It was just like, I just might be, here they call it being sectioned. I just might be taken to a mental hospital because I can't deal. I had no strength at all. So I thought she was going to recommend, like Zoloft. What's the other one? I've got the other one, but that's the one I'm taking right now. Well, not right now. I haven't taken it for like 2 weeks or so. So she didn't say anything at the end because, in fact, at the end of the session, there's this thing where rate from 1 to 5 how you feel in terms of, worry. Like, is it a 5? Do you worry? Do you find yourself worrying all the time, every day, this and this and that? So everything 5. Do you find yourself depressed? 5. Whatever it was, anxiety, 5. So in some areas it wasn't 5, like that's like the worst. It wasn't 5, but I was like, I need to get medication out of this. I want to try medication. Like I said before, as a Christian, I wouldn't have tried medication because some people would frown upon it and say, no, leave it to Jesus. Don't do that worldly stuff and that medication. Forget about that. So I was like, 5. But then at the end, I was like, okay, fine. Your next session will be whenever. So I just thought, where am I going to get medication? I need all the help I can get in the world. Because I remember a friend of mine was she's on Xanax. Yeah, she's on Xanax. And she said it really changed the way her mind process started changing after taking Xanax. But I think she's been on it for years. And because now I was being open in terms of what I need to get to, where I need to get to, what I need to do, what I need to do to get to where I want to get to mentally. I was just willing to try everything except for ayahuasca. But when people talk about ayahuasca, I'm just like, but I'm just one of those people where, yeah, ayahuasca, it might not be such a good experience for me. So I had to call my GP. And what did I say to him? I can't remember what I said, but obviously I was crying. I'm so depressed, I'm anxious, worried all the time. I don't know what to do. I'm thinking about taking medication. And so after our conversation, he recommended citrulline. I think it's citrulline, but yeah, I think it's called citrulline here, but then it's Zoloft. And so even with that, because I couldn't wait, I thought it was going to be like, for those of you who've ever, well, let me just leave. So I thought the pills were just going to be like, at the same time, magical Alice in Wonderland. I'm going to be in some la la land after popping the first pill, That's why people pop pills all the time, because that's why, Michael Jackson popped pills, because, you're just buzzing legally 24/7. And I took them for 2 weeks and nothing was happening. I thought, even Zoloft doesn't work on me. I have no hope. 2 weeks, like there was no change, no nothing. And so I think it probably, because this is the whole thing. I don't know if, because it kicked in at the same time in terms of, I don't know if it was the medication or the therapy. After the 3rd week, there was just this switch. Yeah, there was the therapy as well. And there was also me having a conversation with myself the 3rd week, and everything just came together. And I just started really walking on sunshine. Just wake up in the morning. So glad to be alive. I'd wake up like that. Unlike before, we're just like, I don't want to wake up. Why is it morning? You know? But now it's like, the hills are alive with the sound of my voice. Anyway, so lesson number 2. I can't wait to write it all down properly, because I think with the blog, it will be a really good read. It won't be all over the place. Like, I'm a bit all over the place right now. Okay, so, and then with the medication, I haven't, because I ran out, and then I've been too lazy to call the GP and say, oh, I need a refill. What they call refills when you do it again? I don't know. So it's been 2 weeks, but Monday morning, I think I'll call him. Yeah, because I really want to be on Zola for at least 6 months. Not at least, but yeah, at least and maximum 6 months, because I just don't want to start, because I've been taking it for, I think, 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks, I can't remember, but I haven't taken it for 2 weeks. But I think I just want to do a 6-month course. And then, lesson number 2 is be kind to yourself. But I think once I start writing once I start writing the blog properly, some of the steps might change, or the wording might change. I don't know, because I don't know if I've thought it through very well, but I just couldn't wait to tell you guys that I'm stress-free. And then I remember my sister was saying that there's no such thing as a person that's stress-free. And then she was telling her best friend that, hey, my sister's claiming that she's stress-free. And then her friend was like, no, there's no such thing. What is she talking about? She must be lying. And then she said, when you get to London, call me, because I want to find out how she's stress-free, because there's no such thing. Stress-free. Yeah, so I couldn't wait to tell y'all. Yeah, lesson number 2, be kind to yourself. Yeah, I didn't even write anything yet about be kind to yourself. Yeah, because with the whole thing about being kind to yourself, it's, you know, some people can be unkind or think, oh, I'm too fat, I'm too thin, I'm not smart enough, I'm not this, I'm not that, you know, and you just say so many negative things to yourself, like, oh, I'm nothing, I'm a failure, and just stuff that you would never say to a friend, stuff that you would never say to your children, because you're kind to them. You're not an evil person or a heartless person, but we're heartless to ourselves and unkind to ourselves sometimes. So I was like, no, I'll be kind to myself. I'm not where, oh yes, and that's why I set myself free. I was like, I'm not where I would like to be in life, but it's okay. Like I said, I have my ambitions. I'm not there yet, but I'm not going to stress out over it, you know? Yeah, I'm not going to stress out over it. I'm going to be kind to myself, like, okay, so this is what we're going to do today. I don't bash myself, because there are days where I just don't feel like doing anything. I just feel like watching Netflix, and that's when you know, my body telling me that's what it wants to do, and then I'll do that. And then the next day I can work until like 5 o'clock in the morning, working on, you know, my dreams. So I can do that, where I'm just, you know, navigating life at my own pace, you know, choosing what I want to do, how I want to spend my days. Yeah, so I've given myself the freedom and permission to plan my days and my life how I want to. And I think with a 9-to-5 job, that wouldn't be possible. But with me, you know, pursuing my passions and interests, it's possible. But at the same time, I do need a part-time job, and I'll probably have one, like work 20 hours a week, and I'll be fine. And I'll pursue my dreams at my own pace and live how I want to live. Like, I'll wake up in the morning and I'll play some aesthetic music, and it always gets me in the mood, and, you know, have my coffee, do some yoga, meditate. Yoga, Pilates, yeah, meditate, you know, but at my own time, because I'm not a morning person. And sometimes we're told, oh, the top 100, top whatever, most successful people in the world, they all do this, they all wake up at 4, they do this and that. No, that's not me, you know, that's just not me. I can put in the same amount of hours, but I'm not putting the hours in from 4 a.m., you know, that sometimes, yeah, I'm not going to tell you when I really start my day, but I can, like I said, I can work through the night, but I'm not a morning person, and that's that. Yeah, live on. Oh, lesson number 1 is just live on your own terms. Change how to think, step up. Let me see what I said about this, because I can't remember. I haven't read this. I've been doing other things. Okay, page down. Okay, this is stuck. No, this is trying to. No, okay, it's not stressing me out. What did I write? My daughter, no, it stresses down what I'm good. Yeah, so I think with this, live on your own terms, change how you think. Yeah, because you have to unlearn a lot of things, especially as a woman. But that'll be another video that I'll do. It's called We've Been Bamboozled, We've Been Lied to by Men About Who We Are, but that's another one. So you see, I'm busy. Things are happening. My mind is working again. But yeah, live on your own terms. Like I say about the LGBT community, LBGTEFGHI, like, live on your own terms, do what you want to do. So I respect them. I respect that, in spite of the world telling them it's wrong, it's sinful, they're going to hell, they still do what they want to do, live how they want to live. Men in high heels and makeup. I mean, it takes courage to really be who you are. And some of us, we think we know who we are because we've been shaped by society and not ourselves. With most people, they end up wanting to go to university because their parents, they don't even want to go, but just because society said, oh, you go to university, you'll be successful in life. But there's ways to be educated besides going to uni. I know these 2 brothers where one liked academia and he went to uni, so now he works, I think, as, I forgot what he works as. So he has a good job. I mean, they're in their 20s. He has a good job. And then the other brother, he decided that university is not for me. I'd rather just work my way to the top. And I think he's not even 27, but I think he does something at Rolex. I think he's the marketing manager at Rolex. Something, he has some PR role there, but I don't even think he did his A-levels. No, I think he did his A-levels, but he just didn't want to go to university. So there are different ways to get to where you want to get to. Because with him, I can imagine, because he's from a middle-class family, all about education, and then he just decided, no, I'm gonna do me. It doesn't mean I'm not ambitious, but I'm going to decide how I want to live my life and get to where I need to get to in life. What do I feel like this is like slanted a bit? I've been talking for 43 minutes. It's too long. It's too long. Yeah, so live on your own terms. And also with me, I've given myself the permission to explore spirituality. And because before, as a Christian, we're just like, you're going to hell. What? Don't think about who your ancestors are. What spiritual is? Buddhism, oh, everybody's going to hell except for us Christians, So now, but then at some point I felt as if it was the religion was stressing me out. I had a lot of questions about Christianity, and I gave myself the permission to explore, to read about Egyptology and I discovered a whole lot of stuff to start learning about the whole ancestors, Amadlozi. If you don't know what Amadlozi is, you need to Google. Well, Amadlozi. I hope Amadlozi is ancestors. Yeah, Amadlozi. That and you know, your Buddhism, your everything. Because I remember when I was at university, I had come to that point where I was reading books from all the religions, whether it was Islam, Hinduism, everything. And I remember going back home for the holidays, and my grandmother was there, and I was telling her that, no, I believe in every religion, every whatever. And then she looked at me like, oh, she's going straight to hell. One-way ticket to hell. There's no return back to earth. No via Orlando. You're going straight to hell, you know. And so I got back into Christianity because of that whole fear of hell thing, and I didn't give myself the permission to explore. So now I'm exploring, and even now I'm at a church week away. I haven't been to church like probably in over a year, and so now I was just like, oh, I forgot about all this. So, but I'm giving myself the permission to explore, to see what works for me, to see what I believe in. Because I remember when I was a devout Christian, non-Christians used to, you know. So now I'm on the other side with Christians. I'm like, your way is not the only way, you know. So what we believe in is not so much that is the truth, but we believe our emotions. Because I believe in this so much, it must be true, you know. And I realized that when I was on this side, I believed so much in my emotions. Oh, you couldn't tell me anything, you know. Now that I'm on this side, where it's like, you know what? Do what you want to do, believe what you want to believe in. And now I'm just like, with people that, that think their way is the only way. So you'll find that it's really all emotional in a way. So yeah, I don't want to take any more of your time. I have to go for lunch now. And I'll let you know when the blog is up, and then you can read, be inspired, and stress-free. Okay? Bizu, Bizu. My name is Tanya Charakupa. And like I said, what's the name of my channel? Untroubled Life. That's all I want. No trouble, yo. Bye.